Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And a very warm welcome to my presentation today. So, the topic of today's presentation is augmented reality. Next slide, sir, please. Okay, the objectives that I will be going to cover today are introduction, the origin of augmented reality, how it works, how augmented reality works on different devices, and future of augmented reality. Moving on. So first we go into the introduction part. So augmented reality is a technology that superimposes a computer generated image on a user view of the real world, thus providing a composite view. What it means is that you can actually see the real world, and then there are images added to the real your eyesight through for example, like through smart glasses or smart lens. What happens is that it gives you an extra information of the world around you alongside when you are watching the real world. Like unlike in virtual reality, you are totally in a world which is computer generated. But in this one, the computer generated as well as the real view combined together give you what do you say, like a half virtual reality, or in other words, augmented reality kind of view. Well, it's also defined as an interactive experience of real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are augmented by computer generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. Basically, in simple language, an augmented reality combines the real world we currently live in with the virtual elements. The best example of this that you can see is on Google Maps, or in most of the mobiles we have this feature called Bixby. But what happens is that when you point the camera at certain thing, so what happens is that the computer processes that image and then gives you the relevant information regarding it right on the spot, in the real time. Okay, moving on, next slide. So here are some examples that you can see of augmented reality. Like I was saying, when you point a camera at certain thing, it starts to show you how the things work or what it is, all the information related to that particular thing. And over here, as you can see, it's like a concept designed for future technology of augmented reality, where the mobile screen can actually give you a full 3D view, three-dimensional view of the object, which will help you to analyze it better way. Next slide. So now we are going to talk about the origin of augmented reality. Okay, in 1968, a Harvard professor and computer scientist by the name of Ivan Sutherland invented what he called the sword of Damocles. He invented this first sort of augmented reality device with his student Bob Sproul. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. So what it featured is that it was a device that was hanging from the ceiling with two lenses in it. So on the next slide, like this. As you can see in the first image, where the sword of Damocles is represented, there is a device that is being suspended from the ceiling, and the user sees the computer generated image with the help of that device. So previous slide. And previous slide. Then in 1999, NASA used a hybrid synthetic vision system that integrated augmented reality in their X-38 spacecraft. The augmented reality technology was used to help improve navigation during their test flights. So the next slide after this. That kind of device that we are talking about right now that NASA invented was something like this. What it does over here is that it gives a real-time image of the real world and combined with the computer-generated features in it. For example, it shows you the guidelines on the runway, so you follow those guidelines so that you land perfectly without making any errors. This helps also increasing the security of the flight. Means while landing and taking off is the most dangerous part of any aircraft right now. So nowadays also this technology has improved drastically. So these guidelines and all the data that is being given on the screen shows the pilot how to fly the aircraft with perfection. Next slide. Okay, now augmented reality, continuing the version. So nowadays, the augmented reality has gone far advanced than its predecessors. Nowadays, it is used in almost all of the fields. Like for example, for fun, for entertainment purposes, now it is being used on Instagram and on Snapchat when you change the filters and then the different features pops up on the screen which matches to your faces and all that, right? On the other hand, it's also used in games. The most popular game that is based completely on augmented reality is Pokemon Go. If you have heard about it, right?
Yeah.
So this is an image from that game. So in real world, there is no such kind of creature which is shown on the screen, but when you see on the screen, that the creature is being visible. So it's like you are interacting with the computer generated image. At the same time, you are seeing the real world. So this is a best example for augmented reality. The next slide. Oh, and yeah, talking about those filters that I was talking about earlier. So these are those. This is from the Snapchat. This guy has nothing like this on his actual face. This is computer generated image. Like this one, and this one, it's like an Iron Man type effect, right? So all the images being generated on his face, which is matching to his face. Means if he move around, the image will also move around along with him, right?
Sometimes will be good.
Sometimes, because if you are doing like this, then phone number is not able to process that way.
Yeah.
So, like on Instagram, as you can see, I was thinking to add those dog filters, but then I realized it's not that appropriate. So I came up with this one. In this one you can see that this is a flower crown feature. Means it's showing a flower crown on a woman's head, but it's in real, it's not there. It's a computer generated image. So this is an example of augmented reality right now in this current era. Next slide. Okay, so now we are going to talk about how it works. So there are three ways in which augmented reality works. The first one is SLAM, the second is recognition based, and the last one is location based. Moving on. So first one is SLAM. The full form, the SLAM stands for simultaneous localization and mapping. So it is the most effective way to render virtual images over a real world object. SLAM simultaneously localizes sensor with respect to their surroundings while at the same time mapping the structure of the environment. So as you can see, when you see the real image in the background, there is no such thing as what is being visible on the screen. So what is being done over here is that it is implying that image onto the real world, bringing art to life through technology. Means, like for example, the real world application is that you want to paint your wall, but you cannot decide what paint you want to put on or what design you want to bring onto the wall. So what you do is that instead of wasting money by painting and repainting again, you use this device to project a design onto the wall. Now you can get an idea how it will look by looking through that design on the screen. So you don't have to waste ton of money just to paint the wall, and then if you don't like, then repaint the wall. You can just go through millions of designs and choose the best one for your wall through this technology. Clothing. Many places technology has been applied in furniture industry where we order the furniture and most popular that I can remember this came out first was for glasses. People want to buy glasses, so one of the website came up with this idea that it's gonna have a face recognition feature that will capture the person's image and then put frame on it. The different frame design on their website, so the person can compare and then decide which one looks best on them. Right. Next slide. So the next technology is recognition based. So what happens in recognition based is that the augmented reality uses the camera to identify a markers or objects such as QR code or feature tracking NFC markers. So there are many different kinds of marking technologies. So one of the most common is the QR code nowadays. Last time it was barcode, now it is QR code. Because QR code is considered to be more secure and can contain more information than a barcode. So what happens over here is that the data within that QR code is scanned through your camera, and then whatever the data is inside there is decrypted and then displayed on your mobile screen. This is recognition based, means it's recognizing the data within that barcode and then displaying you the result. And that result can be in the form of image or in the form of data or whatever it can be, depending upon the thing on which it is placed on. So most famous use of this technology you can see even nowadays in WhatsApp web. The screen comes on your browser, there is a QR code, you scan it and then your phone is connected immediately. Most of the products have this QR code on them as well. Like if you buy a new product like food items, chips, whatever, they have this small QR code behind. Once you scan it, it will give you the details of the particular product that you are holding. Right. Plus it will also provide you with the relevant details when where you can buy or online purchasing or details about the company and so on and so forth. Next slide. So the next technology is the location based. Well, this is the most common and the most mostly widely used form of augmented reality. So in this one we are, as in the picture we can see, what happens is that the person is seeing the world through your mobile phone screen, right? And then these billboards, the advertisements that are coming, they are not there in actual real world, but they are being visible on the screen, telling you what is in front of you, means what building is that, which way to go through. Like as you can see in this image there, it's showing you the path towards what square? Can you read it for me please? Towards Chester Square. So it means if you want to go to that location, it's guiding you through, showing you that line over there. Every detail. You may have seen this feature, on your Google Maps. When you are in navigation mode, it will keep on telling you, guiding you through the. And if you put it into a satellite mode, you will see a real world image. Means like what was that when you're searching for a particular place, you have this Google Earth feature in which you can see the entire surrounding, the panorama view. In Google Map, when you search on a particular location, but you want to see which way it is, where it is, what is the nearby locations, you scroll down and it you follow the path on the blue line is on the road, showing you everything, right? Then when you point it towards a particular building, then it shows you every single detail regarding that building. Like for example, you are in the front of a supermarket, so it shows you that this is a supermarket over here, you can buy this product over here, you can buy this product over here. Whatever data is on the website, on that particular thing, it shows you, like it's an instant Google search. You don't even have to type, you show the thing, and all the details are there. Including how many stores are there, what products and services they are offering, and so on. So this is the location based. It works through relying on GPS, digital compass, velocity meter and accelerometer to provide data about the location, and the augmented reality visualization are activated based on these inputs. So as I said before, like you point the camera at certain thing and it will track your location, where you are, what are the surroundings that you are in right now, and then give you the information based on those surroundings. So next slide. So now, how the AR works on different devices. So the first devices that we are going to discuss are PCs, personal computer, and smart TVs. So nowadays we have really highly advanced PCs and smart TVs, which can relatively function at a certain level of augmented reality, but still is far from what the concepts are shown. Like in the images, as you can see, this is the real world application. So here you don't have a physical keyboard or a controller. This is a virtual controller. Means it's in the real world, but it's not existing. It's not a physical thing that you can touch or feel, but it's still there. So this is something like an augmented reality. This is by far the best application that augmented reality has come up with. So what happens is that there is a camera and a projector inbuilt. It will project the screen, the controller onto the plane surface, and then when you move your fingers on the controller, the camera will detect your motion, how you are moving it, and then it will accordingly perform the task that you are trying to accomplish. So this is one of the applications. The other one is we see this most of the time nowadays, especially when the weather forecasting show comes up on the news channel. They use the augmented reality feature to give you the details regarding the weather. Like for example, over here, this guy is doing. There is no such thing as what it is appearing in the image right now. There is a big gigantic green screen, and then they are using the softwares to project this screen that we on TV see. This is not non-existing thing, but we can see on our screen that there is some kind of transparent glass, and then all the images is being projected on it. It's transparent, see-through. So this is one of the augmented reality where, but this is still far from perfection. Next slide. So this is the most recent development in the augmented reality technology, where the Google, especially in this sector, has improved a lot. They have come up with this smart glass technology, which is a kind of a display within your specs. So while you are on your way, you want to access certain kind of detail, you can control with that display on your specs through your eyes. It follows your eye movement. Means if you want to scroll up, you push your eye up. If you push your eye down, then the controller will follow those movements and then give you the relevant details, whatever you are trying to look for. I can find this one, as you can see, is showing you the time right now. And depending upon the different apps or software that they provide within the device, you can access to various different types of information. In some cases, it is like nowadays those fighter pilots, the helmets that they use. The fighter pilot helmets cost more than $300,000. Why they are so expensive? Those helmets are so expensive because they have this displays on it. They have this displays on it that guides them, helps them to target their enemy. The display shows them the path also. Well, while they are flying in the sky, they see the path where they have to go, where they have to fire. I mean, all that is being done through this technology. But for commercial purpose, for public use, this is the kind of product that we are expecting to get. Right now, it's still in development phase. This is also a concept over here shown right now. Next slide. So this is another form of smart glass. As you can see in this one, it's like projecting a 3D model of a particular device. But for us, when we look at it, it's like 3D, but in actual it's not. It's still a 2D. So when a person moves around it, it will show him the dimensions, but it's actually a 3D. It doesn't even exist over right now. For us, for other people who are not wearing this glass, cannot see this thing. Only the person wearing the glass can see this thing. It's only for our convenience that it is being shown over here right now through the screens. So what happens is that this gives more real life experience, giving a much broader scope of application. For instance, there is an AR helmet that can give you a lifelike augmented reality experience while driving. Oh yeah, one more thing. Nowadays, the new cars that comes, they have this heads-up display on their dashboard. What happens is that the heads-up display projects a screen onto the windshield, and there you can see the speed of your car, the direction you are moving, the signal. If you give a signal, then there will be a highlighting arrow on it, blinking all the time. But it's not happening on any physical thing. It's not like a visible item. It's a projected item on the screen, which is also a form of augmented reality. Next slide, sir. So now we are going to discuss about the future of augmented reality. But this is quite fascinating. The augmented reality captures our imagination like no other technology can. AR advancement in gaming and entertainment have given a lot of stream to the industry, and other markets are taking notice. Virtual and augmented reality technology has a lot to offer the industry, not just in entertainment. By 2025, the healthcare revenue from augmented reality and virtual reality would be around $5 billion. And such technology insights expect to see the most advancement of AR technology in the healthcare industry. Well, yeah, most importantly, in the healthcare industry, the augmented realities has a very wide scope. I have witnessed certain designs that show you a holographic image of a body organ. Means it's like a complete scan was taken of a person, of a patient, and he had a problem in his kidney. So they tested this technology on him. They wanted to perform a surgery on him, but they wanted to ensure that before they go for surgery, they are prepared for it. So what they use is a device that projected a 3D design of the patient's kidney as a hologram. The hologram is a really sci-fi type of technology which is now in real existence. But still far from perfection because it required a revolving device which was creating image in an inverse thin air. So with the help of that device, they were able to analyze the problem and get the treatment done to its perfection. So next slide. And this device is the most commonly used device of augmented reality. With the help of this device, the nurses or doctors, they can easily detect the veins in a human body. When it is pointed towards the body part, it will show you the blood vessels going through where the blood vessels are in that particular arm or body part, wherever you are pointing it. And if this image is not very clear, but if you can see on a computer screen, it will be showing you veins which are being highlighted through this device. And it's also in part of an augmented reality. So next slide. Wait, I did a proper presentation this time. Can you continue? So now we're going to the travel industry. So in the travel industry, the AR also has the same broad prospect. 84% of consumers all over the world would be interested in using AR as a part of their travel experience, and 42% believe that AR is the future of tourism. So nowadays, when you want to go to a certain place, you want to be sure that where you're going is something interesting over there. So what you do is that you search on internet about that place, right? So nowadays, as you can see, the Google have advanced their Google Maps so much that you can actually see the object as if you were already there. And it's all 3D. You can see it from back, you can see it from front, you can see it from all the angles possible, and get the full idea of where you are going. So in this image, as you can see, the same prospects is being shown as it was shown in the last one, where you can see all the data that is being given. Means if you are going up ahead, what are the shops, restaurants, everything is being visible just by pointing the camera on it. So conclusion. So now, to end my presentation, I will the conclusion part is here now. So augmented reality is going to the next step in human evolution, as it will reduce the gap between human and technology on physical and interactive levels. Soon it will also allow us to access information and know more about anything just by looking at it, and give us a whole other experience of living. It will revolutionize the boundaries of human imagination, as it will allow us to project our imagination right in front of us. In most of the sci-fi movies you may have seen that there's like this thing about like your brain is connected to a particular device, and whatever you are thinking or going to design can be shown in front of you, right in front of you, in a 3D design of it. Right. So one of the movies was the famous one which was released very recently, came out. Ghost. The Scarlett Johansson movie, which she was a cyborg, something like that. Ghost in a Shell. That movie showed this augmented reality to its extent. Even the Blade Runner movie just now recently, they was also based on very few technologies related to augmented reality. For example, the banners, the posters, they were not real, they were all augmented reality. The image projected in thin air. There is no screen, there is no particular physical object projecting on the light. It's just the object appearing out of nowhere.
You think it's a hologram?
Yeah, like hologram, exactly. So that kind of technology we are aiming at when we talk about augmented reality. And the other one that's mentioned over here, when you just look at a particular thing and you can know everything about it. That's what augmented reality is really all about. The next slide.
Huh?
Thank you.
Yay!